You are awesome. Yeah, I just couldn't figure out which way the camera was. Here. What do you think, bud? Yeah. Nice day for a patio, huh? Oops, here we go. Hi, folks. Hi, Becky. I was trying to read comments and I moved the camera the wrong way. Hi, what do you think? Are you having a good day? Yeah, you're having a good day. Yeah, Max, I know you are. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Karen. Hi, Coco. Coco's already given us our first like. Awesome, awesome. Our second like, I think. Yeah. Hey, Carrie. So glad you stopped in, even if you can't stay for too long. We're just sitting out on the patio. It's a beautiful day. It's supposed to get really, really hot today. So popped out with Max before the heat got up too high. Yeah, Max. Yeah. Just want to sit, huh? Hi, Breezy. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, Max is pretty happy about being out here right now. He's usually pretty good about the patio. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Mara. Hi, Becky. Yeah. What do you think, buddy? Yeah, put on my sunscreen so I don't turn into a sun lobster. One of my eyes is a bit red because I thought perhaps I should protect it with sunscreen too. Didn't work too well, did it, Max? No, it didn't. Is that good? Hi. Hey, Raisin Cane's here. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, it's gorgeous out here right now. Max just sitting on my knee. Hi, Wendy. Welcome to the flock. So glad you found our channel. Hey, Kath. Yeah, we've got a really friendly group on here. I love the live streams just because we have so many friends that sit around and hang out and are friendly. Right, Max? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's going on over there, huh? Sharon says some rain for her today. We're supposed to have a really hot week. We've got a tradition in Calgary. Last weekend was our long weekend, and our tradition is on the main long weekend, everyone goes to the garden center and gets a whole bunch of plants and plants into the garden. This is immediately followed by a killing frost and a snowstorm. This year, I know, Max. You see people? You think you want to talk? If you want to talk, it's your turn to talk, honey. It's awesome. How about a buck? No? Okay. Now, I usually get quiet and just start responding to Max when... Yeah? There's people on the sidewalk. Best day ever. Do you see people? You are a parrot. Well, it's awesome. Yeah, you see people. I think you just made their day, Max. It's awesome. Yeah. This is the best part about sitting on the patio is the parade of people that go past. And yeah. I know I interrupted what I was saying about the May long weekend weather, huh? Yeah. But we didn't have our usual snowstorm, and I think we're well into summer now. Yeah, it is awesome. Yeah, it's great sitting here because out here, I'm just going to show you what this looks like. We've got our patio, our little fenced-in patio here, and we've got our first sidewalk here, and then you see that break in the fence and the roadway, and we've got a second walkway just out over there. So everyone's going past on that big walkway out there, and it's a pretty busy one, and that's who Max is talking to. Max, you're not in the sun right now. Can I well, you are, but the sun's at a different angle. How about I shift us around a little bit? I know, just bear with me, folks. Let's get a better picture, and let's spend the minute to just refocus. There we go. All right, how's that, Max? Yeah, a bit more sun. Yes! That's right, Max. Oh, Fluffy. Yeah. Pretty happy, aren't you? He's just sitting on my knee. He is wearing a harness. We always wear a harness when we go outside because you never know what happens. There's always scary things that can happen, right, buddy? Oh, what was that? That was a car. I saw that flap. Oh, Heather, I'm so sorry to hear about Lily. 70-year-old, that is amazing. It sounds like Lily had a good life. Goffins. I think that's really, really old for a Goffin. That is amazing. Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous weather on the patio. And Max is just soaking up the vitamin D. But always, always safety first. Harnesses, always, because you never know what's going to scare a bird. And we've got some pretty tall buildings. We've got trees. We've got all sorts of scary things around, right, Max? Yeah. And with avian flu being prevalent with some wild birds and with birds migrating, Max is only allowed to sit on my knee or on me when he's outside. Just for safety, right, Max? Yeah, safety first. I always put Max's safety first. Yeah, he's actually wearing, this was a spring special harness, special edition that Aviator put out a few years ago, and you notice that it's both blue and green. It's a two-tone. It is so amazing. Yeah, Max. That is pretty special. They occasionally come out with special edition harnesses. We've got the blue and green, but it also came reversed with green and blue reversed, which is pretty cool. We got the Christmas harness, which is red and green. Yeah. So when you can't decide, you can pick both colors, right, Max? You're pretty fancy. Yeah. So he's fluffing chops up. He's relaxed, waiting for the next person to walk past so he can say hello to. Now, we've had a really busy week around here. I talked about a bit of this on our last live stream, but I know not everyone hears on a Saturday stream. If you've been following us for a while, you know that we're in Calgary, and Calgary was hit with a major, devastating hailstorm last August. And the complex I live in is no different. We had... You see someone? Yeah, there was a person over there. Yeah. Yeah. It damaged our roofs, so the entire roof had to be replaced. Oh, there goes some birds. I don't know if they just came out of the camera or not. Migrating, yeah. We've think those are Canada geese that just flew over. The roofs, all of the metal drip edge, which meant they had to take down hardy board siding to repair the drip edge. Had a number of windows broken, all of the soft metal, the soffits, the eaves trough, you name it. Garage doors, we have metal garage doors in the complex. Everything that faced north or west needs to be replaced because there's too many large dents to replace it. But that's what happens when the sky starts hurling huge hail at you, especially hail that's larger than golf balls. Did up a video just talking about some of the damage. I don't know if you can see, I'll zoom in here a little bit. That's across the street from us. That person still has windows boarded up. And that's from, whoops, wow, close up from you, Max. Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. Sometimes a little awkward to get that to work, huh? But yeah, lots of damage around here. A little bit later, I'll walk over and show you some of the construction stuff that's around. We've got a drop chute still attached to our house. They were doing our roof this week. I think they're pretty much finished. They might have a day left on our roof. I know they've still got the front bit of our roof to do, Max. Yeah, just that little overhang over the door. But they did pretty good. Then they're going to be on the other side of that building. They're going to be moving on. But yeah, there's been an awful lot of construction around here. Yeah. I know, Max. I know. Oh, I know, Max. Yeah, what a good boy. Are you enjoying the sun? I think I might get us a patio umbrella, Max. What do you think? Would that be nice? Cantilever ones are kind of expensive and take a lot of space. They need a lot of weight on them too. Maybe we'll just get one that can tilt. What do you think? Yeah. Actually, if anyone has any thoughts or recommendations on the best type of patio umbrella for a small patio, let me know. I don't have a lot of space here. And I know the bases take space and the umbrellas take space. And we've got occasionally high winds around here. But yeah, if you have any recommendations on what we should look for in umbrellas, let me know. It's something I've never bought. I mean, here I am in my 50s thinking about my first patio umbrella, Max. But we're getting some really warm, sunny days, and it might make it easier to sit out when it's not quite as sunny, right, Max? Hola! Yeah, they do have some that come over from the side, Raising Cane. I was thinking I've got that fence right there, and if I don't know, like heavy, if I got a bracket or something, I could probably mount a base on the fence and use that to hold the umbrella. Fence should be sturdy enough for that. As long as it's something I can remove the umbrella from when we have storms and whatnot. Yeah. That might be an idea. Yeah. Oh, this. Yeah. Untreated pine lumber. They use it when they drop off the shingles, and they put up the shingles and the roofing packages on the roof, and they use the lumber to basically create a place where things can sit, so they're not shifting on the roof for all of the materials. And I noticed them taking that down on Friday, and I said, hey, that's untreated pine. And they said, yes, it is. And I said, are you just cycling it? And they said, yeah. Why? Do you need some? And I said, yeah, Max, the flock loves to chew on wood. So I've got that. I'm planning on doing a good pressure wash on it. I have a few nails to pull out of it. And once I've removed the nails, I'm going to double check on disinfectants for avian flu, because I know that our friend Robin was talking about what she uses that's bird safe and disinfects things from avian flu. And I'll treat the wood before I cut it up and offer it to the flock. But it looks like it's beautiful. It's got lots of knots in it. It's nice and rough. Mango and Max are both of it. I just cut it into small lengths for them. So yeah, a little bit of wind there, and those are the long ones. So yeah, that just saved me what? I've probably got about $20 worth of lumber sitting right there for free. So I'm happy. Yeah, more scritchies. Yeah, we can do scritchies. Max is male. Want a scritchy? Well, only if you want a scritchy, Max. Okay, how about a little pet then? How about a nice pet? Yeah. I know. You need a shower, don't you? You were not in the mood for a shower this week. No, you were not. I let the flock decide what they're comfortable with, what they want. The construction this week, when they're working on the roofs, they have long days. The hours that they can work are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And yeah, it makes it pretty loud, doesn't it, Max? Yeah, very long day. But it means that they get done faster. If we limited them to 8 to 5 or something on a complex this size, we have 115 units, Max? 119? I should know that number. But yeah, we have a lot of units. It means a lot of roofs, a lot of work to be done. And it's, if we limited that, they'd still be working at Christmas. So it's about, it sucks to have the work happening because it's loud, it's disruptive, but it restores things, and it's good. And we went to get it done sooner than later before the roof started leaking. One thing about shingles, after the storm, a few units, a few homes had roof leaks, which were patched. Why did they need to replace the shingles? Because the shingles get really, really beat up by hail, dented and cracked. And that means that they're going to age really, really rapidly from that point in time. In Calgary, especially, our winters, we have something called a Chinook. It's a warm wind that blows through, and it's why you see Max outside so often in the winter. And it's just a warm wind that comes over the mountains. So we have minus 30 one day, and then 2 days later, we're above freezing and everything's melting. And then we have snow and freezing temperatures again. So it fluctuates like that multiple times a winter. Super hard on roads, super hard on old shingles, because shingles, when they get cracked, they can collect moisture in the cracks, and what happens when water freezes? It expands. What happens when it melts? It contracts. Same thing happens to our roads, and that's why we have so many potholes. As soon as that water works its way into a small crack and starts expanding and contracting, it widens that crack, and that goes downhill really, really quickly. And then you have your roof compromised, and you have water indoors, and it just becomes a really bad thing. Similar with drip edge, when it's compromised, it's not just, okay, those lines are no longer quite straight, they're now wavy. Drip edge, once it's compromised, can let water in behind the siding and all that, and that can get into a bad situation. You do not want water running on the inside of your siding rather than dripping nicely off of buildings. So it becomes quite a big job. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's really going to impact our insurance premium when we renew. But there's not a lot we can do about that, Max, huh? Yeah, we didn't ask for that hailstorm. We just asked we don't get another one. Now you're letting me preen you. So nice. So nice. Mississippi. Oh, hi, Axel. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, it's so awesome to see everybody joining us. What I love on our streams is we've had a lot of new people coming in recently, and it is wonderful. Sandro asks, what was Max's first apple tantrum? Was that 21 years ago? Yeah, he used to throw tantrums nonstop, right? Yeah, he didn't learn how to say apple for quite a few years. His language has really been improving in the last decade. I didn't expect him to ever talk, and especially since COVID, he's been talking a lot more. And I get such a kick out of it when Max talks, because he comes up with the darndest things. And he's trying to tell me I've got a sunburn. He'll tell me sun lobster. He does not know how to say sunburn, so he brings up a couple of words that express it, and in his mind are what a sunburn should be called. So yes, folks, it's a hot day today. I am wearing sunscreen so I don't turn into a sun lobster. Thank you for that tip, Max. He learns like a toddler. He doesn't always get the words right. One thing that he started doing, though, is using the word no. Serves me right, because I occasionally use it with him, right, buddy? I tell you no. Yeah, and you tell me no. It's pretty funny. We met last Sunday. We went out for a walk, and it was a fantastic walk. And just as we were about to turn to walk back into the complex, we heard a voice call out from the road, "Hey, can I meet your bird?" And, well, we know everybody likes to meet Max, and Max likes to meet everybody. So we said, yes, just park on the side street safely. Just park safely, and I pointed. And then we headed over towards the side street. Max is always happy. And side street was pretty busy for parking. Not only is our visitor parking impacted by some of the construction trailers and vehicles that we've got on site here, but the city's replacing some sidewalks, so they have a roadway closed for parking right now. So they had to park a couple of blocks up, I'm afraid. But I walked over to meet up with them, with Max, and these two really sweet young couple just came running to meet Max. And we had a really nice conversation. They asked some really smart questions. Yeah, nice people, right, Max? Yeah, you liked them. You sure did. And they took some pictures, and I said, hey, did you get a selfie with Max? It's okay, hon. They didn't file a flight path with you. Those were two sparrows. Yeah, those were two sparrows. There they go. Yeah. They're supposed to file a flight plan with you, right, Max? Those were just sparrows. Those are just sparrows. Yeah, you're good. Remember how I said that you never know what's going to startle a bird? Yeah, that was startling. Two sparrows! My goodness, Max. You know, Mississippi, you can have other emojis, though. There's a lot of free emojis to choose from. Hi, Gabriel. Hi, are you a tourist? Hi, Ziwi. Oh my goodness, so many people in the chat. Yeah, Breezy, it was a fun video. I wish I would have gotten the first bit when they came running up to Max. Yeah, it was a bit of a longer video, but I thought it was good to just show off. Is there somebody else walking, Max? Hello. Good, how about you? Good job, Max. Gonna wave? Good job. Hello, Max. Oh, there goes a bus. Doricon asks, what time is it now in Canada? It is currently 10 minutes after 11. Oh, Rem3K is joining us from Poland. Yeah, that's awesome, Max. Let us know in the comments where you're joining us from. Do we have any other Canadians here? Oh, Sherry's asking about some of Max's other new words. Well, I was just talking about no, and it was so funny with that new couple. Max was super sweet, but every time I asked him if he wanted to do something, he just sort of looked at me and went, no. And he used the word no. He didn't just do a no with his body. He used a really soft no. And I was just cracking up, right? What else have you been saying recently? You said mango the other day. That's new. You hadn't said mango before, but you know about mango. Yeah, that was a new one. You know, it is pretty amazing just sort of how he comes up with the new word. Well, that's just a bee, buddy. Don't get upset. Don't get excited. And whatever you do, don't snap at the bee, okay? Yeah. Good. That is good, Max. Yeah. Look at you. Yes, I'm not sure, Sherry. I'll let you know when I think about some of what his other new words are. I sometimes sort of remark on them and then I just keep going. But it's amazing because he still astonishes me. He still comes out with things that surprise me. I think no was a really big one for me because no, it's not just a word, it's a concept. And the fact that Max understands that he can say no to something and he has that much autonomy is just amazing. So I thought that one was pretty important. And I thought Mango, his brother's name, was also really, really notable. You know, what do you think, bud? Yeah. You've really been making sweet with construction workers. They like you. You've been saying hello to them. If I go out for a walk without Max, everyone's asking, where's Max? Where's the bird? They know your name, right, buddy? Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. Yeah. Oh, boy. The feathers are flying. Yeah. So this week I picked up some flowers. I've got these on the patio table. That patio table was clean last weekend. There's a couple of flowers up there. And then I've got my little patio ones. I need to rebuild that stand there quickly. But yeah, I've just got little ones here. And once those start blooming, they really look like something. Getting rid of some of the dead plants. I just have to get that over to the organics recycling, which was full last week. So had it out here and it was sopping wet, so I left it hanging there until I could take it out. Yeah. What do you see, buddy? Another bus? A loud car? People waiting for a bus across the street? Yeah? Oh, there's always something on the go. really is lovely out here. Bird Love says they're behind watching videos. Did you know if you missed out videos last month, I put together a playlist of some of the favorite videos from last month, which was pretty cool. And I noticed that oh, go Poops. That's right, buddy. Facebook, sticky one. I'm just going to do this so we don't drag your thing in it. Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube now has an ability to let people vote on and rank videos. So I might do that for the May videos, set up a playlist and then get folks to vote what their favorite May videos were. It might be kind of fun. It's also, it's sometimes hard when you miss videos too, and it's sometimes fun if you've got a playlist. But we did the top videos of April in a playlist, so if you want to go check that out, that's kind of fun. Right, Max? Mississippi is Canadian. What part of Canada are you from? Joshua's from Olympia, Washington. Kim's from Texas. Roy's from Tampa. Christine's from Essex. Raising Cane's from Oregon. Carrie's also from the West Coast. Bird Love is Hampton Roads, Virginia. Good, Carrie says California. Usually in May, if you get flowers, that means you're going to summon killing frost and a major snowstorm, but I don't think we're going to get our May snowstorm. I mean, next week we're supposed to be hitting highs of 31. So I think we're in for another really, really hot summer. Right, Max? Did we end up in the shade again? You want to come up? We'll shift. Shift where we're sitting. Sorry, folks, bear with me. I'll move this forward. There we go. Whoops. I put that there so I wouldn't dip it in. Next one, poop, and I did not want to dip it in there, but now we go. There we go. We find some more sun. We find the sun again. Ha ha. We found the sun. Actually, I'm in shade, you're in sun. That's a good setup. We've got these nice trees here. They're not that thick, but they do give us a bit of shade. You have to chase the shade a bit, and it's nice. It's nice in the shade. What do you think, Max? What do you think of these flowers? Are these ones carnations? Everything else is petunias, but we did just one pot of carnations. You can't eat them. But are they pretty? Are they flowering? Yeah? Yeah. I absolutely love having flowers out here. It's not quite dead yet. Yeah. I'll get some water on those. But yeah, they're doing really well, Max. Good. Dora comes from Spain and says it's early evening for them. Oh no, Bird Love says her squirrels have nipped off all the buds on her lily plants. Stinkers. Mississippi is from Nanaimo in BC. That is awesome. Dorcon's from the United Kingdom. Oh, Max, are you having a good day? Do you see more people? You say hello? Yeah, we'll shift the camera because we've got people coming up here. That way we don't get them on camera. Hello. Is it awesome, Max? It looks like you've got cake. Yes. Enjoy. It's awesome. We'll shift the camera so we don't get our neighbor. Hello. It looks like you've got a musical instrument there.
How are you? Are you enjoying the weather?
He is. They're almost done the construction on our building.
We can't wait.
Oh,
It's
man.
a lot of first for us, but at least.
It's been noisy. It's been noisy.
Maybe this week they should finish this week outside.
Yeah, they should. They should. They've, you know, our roofing crew's super quick, and we were fortunate we got the super quick siding crew. You know, there's a slower crew, and the buildings they're on. Yeah, it takes time, but
I'm like, the next sale is coming again.
well, you know what? I'd rather see them get things like this done before we have a leak, or with all the drip edge compromised, water in behind. That would just be destructive. You know, they've still got all of the eaves trough to do, which they'll do once they've completed all of the roofing.
Alright, sweetie.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping. Are you excited, Max? Yeah, you're awesome. You're awesome. Yeah. Yeah, you are awesome.
I'm sure.
You're sure? You are awesome, Max. I know you're always excited when people walk past. Yeah. Yeah, Max is good at the upside down looks. He's enjoying himself on the patio. But yeah, I figured I'd pop out here and give him a little bit of his time on the patio. Busier a little bit later on today, right, Max? Oh, it is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yeah. It's been pretty loud, hasn't it, buddy? Yeah. Mississippi, I'm not sure why you're getting low quality. Check your settings. Click on the gear icon and check if you've got your settings optimized. We are streaming off of cell phone, and we've got the highest quality set. And we at the start of the stream, we cannot change what we're set at. Our friends in the chat are very real. Yeah, it is so much fun to see so many new people in the chat too. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Max, if you got a buck for our new friends, buck. No, okay. And you notice what I just said was no? That's how Max has picked it up, because he's picked it up from me doing that. When he decides to say no with his body, I say no verbally. So that's kind of how he's learned it. Yeah. Yeah, when he learns new words, he starts to introduce them slowly. Doesn't use them all the time, but then starts using them more and more. Yeah, Max, that feels so good, doesn't it? Sure does. Sure does. Feel good? Yeah. And new feathers coming in. Oh, what a good boy. Yeah, and if you're new, make sure you give us a like. Make sure you give us a follow. You matter. You know, you're how we manage to grow our channel. And the more likes, the more subscribers, the more watches we get, the more people our channel's showing to, the more joy Max can share. Yeah. What do you think, buddy? Yeah. Look good. That's good, isn't it? Yeah. Look at you. Big preen. Big preen. Good job. Yeah. You know, I did grab. I'm going to flip this around here for a minute. And I'm just going to put it into a holder. There. Now I can be in the shot as well. Hey, Max. Yeah, maximum. So, yeah, wearing a bit of a hat today just because it is so sunny. I want a little bit of shades. Coming a little closer. There we go. Yeah. I know people say they want to see more of me on the shot. It doesn't always happen, but I'm getting better at it. Oh my goodness, we got a super chat. Super chat from Marie. Max, can we get a buck from Marie? Come on up. Come on up, up. Can I get a buck? That was a bark. Yeah, that's a bark. Can I get a buck? Buck. That's right. There you go, Marie. Thank you for the super. Max, you are awesome. Buck. Awesome. If anyone wondered where Max got his new word, his word awesome from, you just heard it. It's from me. It's because I'm always telling him he's awesome. We all need to hear that, right, Max? Good job. That was a great buck. That was a great buck. I'm super proud of you. Yeah, it's amazing just how much our following is growing. And we're super thrilled about that. I mean, we've been working on the channel for years and we work hard on it. I mean, we do a lot of videos, even days when we are tired and we don't feel like it, we make sure we get the content out. Right, Max? Yeah? Max is always happy to film. What do you think, buddy? What do you think? Okay. Yeah, it was loud. The guy who just drove past, revving the engine. That's an SUV. That was an old SUV. It's not a race car. I know, we occasionally make fun of cars driving past, don't we? Yeah, sometimes when drivers are being silly. Oh, you're such a good boy today, buddy. Camera this way, I can't see the comments, but I'll catch up on comments in a few minutes. Are you happy, Max? Oh my goodness, we got another super. Oh, Bird Love just sent $9.99. Thank you so much, Nicole, for sharing Max with us. Thank you. Have you got a buck from Bird Love? Buck. Will you give her a buck? Oh, that's fun. Yeah, awesome. Gonna get an awesome. Is there a dog? Oh, one of our neighbors going out. Yeah. My goodness, Max. You're on alert right now. You're keeping a close eye out on what's going on. Well, where's the dog? Oh, there's a bicycle. There goes a bicycle. Okay, I'm going to grab the camera here, folks. Bear with me for a minute. Oops. And I'm going to flip it. There we go. Okay. Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay. I'll just back out here. Yeah, that's my setup here on the patio. And hang on, Max. I got to do the one-footed open on this. Whoa. Whoa. There we go. I got the gate open. Gotta love gates that you can open with a foot. Yeah. So we're just going to do a little walk over here. We're not going too far away from the house because we don't want to lose connection. Oh. So yeah, this is right beside our house right now. It's a big drop chute. And you can see... We're good to go down here, honey. Yeah. Climb all the way down. There's some shingles on the ground. There's a big drop chute. Yeah, that's 3 stories up, Max. But what they do is that big yellow, they pull a dump truck up to it, and they drop all the shingles down the drop chute because it's 3 stories down. And it's not safe for that stuff just... go poops. Yeah, go poops. It's not safe for them just to throw it off because things might go flying or hit somebody. So if they drop it straight off a roof, they have to have somebody standing, watching, paying attention. Yeah, that is good down here, huh? So yeah, so I can't walk through here right now, but I can show you, we've got barricades and everything up. But yeah, so that's the construction over here. They've done our roof. What do you see? They've done... Oops. That's odd. Why is there a dent up there? They've done all of this hardy board here. Bit of a weird crack there. I'll point out to them, just make sure they're aware. They had to remove the hardy board to replace the drip edge on the windows. Yeah, they've done a lot of work here, haven't they, buddy? Yeah, they have. And they've still got a bunch of cleanup to do, which is okay. Yeah, let's come up here. Oh, you're going to help me back into the sunshine. Yeah. What do you think of the job they did here, honey? Huh? I know. Put it all back together, huh? Put it all back together. Yeah. Well, since I'm doing a little walking tour here, I'll just walk around my place here quickly. Yeah, we've got the stairs going up there. Let's go down. Let's go down to the walkway. Not going too far, Max. There's the walkway. Yeah. What do you see? The big walkway, huh? Yeah. Big walkway. What do you think? Yeah. Max loves to wander out here. He likes to see the trees. Is the tree beginning to green up, honey? Yeah. One looked dead the other day. We're not chewing on it, but we can look. Hello. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. She gave you a pretty wide berth, buddy. She might not like dogs. She might not like dogs. She might not like birds. If you bark like that, you confuse me. I thought you were a dog for a minute, honey. Yeah, she definitely gave you a big berth, honey. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you want to walk back up here? Yeah, we can walk back up here. Good job. I know there's lots of garbage out. There's still a bunch of nails in the bushes. But they've got a big cleanup to do, don't they, honey? Yeah. Yeah, they do. They're still working, though. And you can't complain when they're still working. Bit of shingle hanging over there. I'll be back up on that roof, honey. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Yeah. What do you think? Okay. Let's open that. Let's go back in here. All right, I'm gonna latch that from my foot. Yeah, let's take a look at your flowers. Yeah, those are petunias. And back there, I've got a few seeds planted. We got more petunias over here. I probably need a bit of water today. You gonna help me water the petunias, honey? Yeah, we can water them. Yeah. Motion detected at your front door. Yes. Very useful. Okay. Yeah, Max had a big poop earlier. I'll clean that up. I don't know if you can see it or not. That is what it's like to own birds, right? You make a big mess sometimes. Okay, let's hook this in so I can sit. Double check for wasps. Let's move in a little further, okay, honey? There you go. Okay. Here. Yeah. So there we go. Quick walking tour just around the corner. But you can see there's lots of construction still happening. They'll be taking down that big drop chute. And I'm not sure what day they'll be doing that. Got to find that out, huh? Be moving it. Woo. What do you hear? The little birds in the tree. I hear them chirping. Well, I don't know where he is, hon. Show me, I don't see him. But he's definitely there, I hear him. Oh, he just flew. They camouflage just like leaves, don't they, buddy? Hi, Kay. Hi, my fluffy pack. Yeah, Mississippi, I've seen you say hi a few times. We've got a gorgeous sky today. You know, it's nice and sunny out. It's supposed to be a really hot day. We had a few bucks earlier. Yeah, Karen, I absolutely love the petunias. Once they get going, and I just bought the little tiny guys at the garden center. I spent $25 on flat petunias and the carnation. That wasn't too bad. I want to get some more cushions. These ones are really getting worn. They're getting worn. They're really faded. Just the big square cushions, huh? There's two of them. See what I can find that's pretty. Yeah. Don't know what color I want yet. You know, the chairs are a little bit broken, but they're still in pretty good shape. Max did that with his beak. You know, I've got enough chairs out here. I don't want any more. I've got two that fold that are smaller, and then two with cushions. That's perfect. Yeah. It's usually just me and one other person out on the patio. Yeah, that's right, Max. But yeah, I think I'll get myself some new cushions this year. See what comes on sale. Because these ones are also getting water inside them a bit and taking longer to dry. Kids are not impressed when you shriek like that, hon. Yeah? They're across the street. Good job. You heard a kid scream, so you screamed, huh? Yeah, you're a parrot. Okay. So Max, my neighbors have their windows open. And it's okay to scream once or twice, but then you have to hush, okay? As Tika would say, whisper. Whisper. Yeah, you understand that. Yeah, no, I love the petunias because I can forget to water them and they don't immediately die. And they do really, really well on the sunny face of this patio. And once they get going, I mean, it's flowers from now until frost. So, and I don't have to buy a lot of them. Just the small plants will grow and start to really, really flower. A couple of my planters are beginning to wear out, but they're good for another year, right, Max? Yeah, they're sort of the, show you sort of a, not quite a concrete, more fiberboard. I'm not sure what material that is. They're not super heavy, but over time they've been beginning to rot and fall apart a little bit. But they're still fine for another year, right, Max? Yeah, I might do some arts and crafts to revive them. I could put some wood on the bottom. I don't know, Max. What do you think? Yeah, they just have to hold the flowers. As long as the flowers are pretty, I'm happy. But yeah, I think a couple of cushions and maybe an umbrella. I'll check into the balcony mounts and see if I can. Awesome. See if I can do a balcony mount of an umbrella against maybe that fence there. That would be ideal, especially if it's a cantilevered one. Because the big cantilevered ones, they need a lot of weight, and that can take up a lot of real estate, and I don't have a lot of space here. So sort of thinking about that. But if I've got one I can mount on the railing. Railing's not going anywhere, right, Max? Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Do you see people? Are you going to talk and show off? Hello. Do you see a dog? Yeah, you see a dog. I always forget to show you what Max is looking at. But yeah, he definitely likes to talk to dogs. So I'm just going to scroll on the comments a little bit. Welcome again to all of our new viewers. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the follows. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we've got Raising Cane in the comments. If anybody she's our moderator. So she's helping make sure that we don't have anything get out of hand in the comments. Our rules on the stream and for our channel are very simple. Be kind. Be kind. You know, we typically try to avoid religion, politics, and we definitely avoid any hate speech of any type. We want to respect everybody. Right, buddy? Yeah. So it's really about being kind. But we've got a pretty good group here. Through Julie's Eyes says your plants look amazing. Well, they were just planted this week and they're just beginning to get started. So we'll see how they do this year. They seem to do pretty well in this facing. And it is really pretty to have all of the plants out here and see everything that goes on. Right, Max? Yeah. Nice little oasis. You know, the funny thing is, I use this patio more than I used a yard when I had a larger house. Probably because when I had the yard with larger house, when I was outside, I was mowing the lawn or trimming trees or doing all the stuff that needed to be done. Whereas here, I've just got a I've just got a couple of small bushes. They're just beginning to come to life right now. And then all my gardening pots. And that's it. Yeah, Max, that's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. And I've got my chairs, and I don't have to do anything outside. And I do keep an eye on what's happening out here, right, buddy? So, nice little patio. And it really is perfect for me and the birds. Now, one thing I don't have room for is an outdoor aviary. Our friend Robin, she lives a few communities over, and she's got a house, and she does have an outdoor aviary. And it's got a roof, a clear roof on it, so that she can make sure she doesn't have anything falling in it from above, like bird poop or anything like that. And she cleans it up for avian flu and all of the good stuff, so she keeps it safe. But nice place for her flock to hang out outside. Because we don't have an aviary. Our rules with the flock are simple. When you come outside, you're either wearing a harness like Max is today, or you're in a carrier. And we've got a lovely carrier for Tico. If he chooses not to wear a harness, he can come out in that. Tico, when he comes out for a walk, he has very definite ideas about cell phones. And he believes that they should not be anywhere near him. If I'm carrying him, I should not have a cell phone in my other hand unless I would like a reminder about his rules about the paparazzi, the birdie. So he does come out, but you don't see it that often. Mango's still peering out the window and getting accustomed to things. I know it's taken longer than planned, but you know what? That's fine. He'll come out when he's ready. And T-Cal, he'll come out when he wants to. He's pretty happy-go-lucky. Yeah, isn't he, buddy? Yeah. So glad you joined us, Bird Love. Where you going? Yeah, I'm just catching up on comments. We'll ask for another buck in a minute before we end. That's right, his full name's Maxwell, but he usually only gets Maxwell when he's being naughty. It's like Mango only gets Mr. Magoo when he's naughty, but Magoo's a bit of a nickname I use for him. Yeah. I think he's Mango, right, buddy? Yeah. You need a shower today, honey. Your brother needs a shower, too. Feel good. Did anybody catch the video that I did of T-Cal and the bathtub when T-Cal accidentally lost his balance and fell back into the tub? The tub was empty at the time. T-Cal was fine. He just was not too happy about the situation. I was already filming when it happened, and then I really double guessed myself if I should post it or not. But you know what? We try to share the birds' lives, the good, bad, and the not so good. Good, bad, and the ugly, right, buddy? Yeah. Yeah. You're being a good boy today. Got some new feathers coming in. Yeah. New feathers on this side, too. Yeah. How about we don't chew on your harness? Yeah. How about no? Max is 30 years young. He turns 31 on Canada Day. Raisin Cane thinks that we should get a dog. No. We got more than enough birds. Right, buddy? Yeah, I got more than enough birds to take care of. And the thing with animals like dogs and birds, dogs are natural predators, and there are too many situations that I see on social media. Oh, loud, noisy car. Yeah. I think he's making up for something. Yeah. Oh, that feel good? Yeah. They're natural predators, and I've seen too many cases on social media where somebody says the following. My dog Fluffy and my bird have grown up together, and they've always been best of friends, and I don't know how it happened. And well, what happened is natural instincts took over, and Fluffy might be the best friend of your bird, but you gotta keep them apart because accidents can happen quickly. Cats and birds don't mix either. Cat saliva can be deadly to a bird. If your bird gets a scratch from the cat, it's not the scratch that kills them, but it is the bacteria from the cat that can kill the bird. So you have to be super, super cautious there. But yeah, I see too many cases of accidents between dogs and birds, even people who think it would never happen to them. It always makes me kind of leery, right, buddy? Yeah. Yeah. And I'm really a bird person, so I'm happy having the flock. You know, if I want somebody to go out for a walk with, I got Max. Like if I had a dog and Max might not get as many walks, might not get as much attention, and that wouldn't be good, right? I would split my attention between all the birds. Yeah. So Max, do you want a knee ride? Do 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 do. You notice how he's not too happy about that, so I just quit. Some days he really enjoys that and he gets going with his crest. Other days, not so much. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, Doris, I love Raising Cane's sense of humor as well. It's great. You know, we have a lot of really good folks here in the chat. Through Julie's Eyes has been following us for ages and likes your videos, Max. Well, thank you so much. You know, people telling us that really encourage us and encourage us to post more, and it really makes us smile, right, Max? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Max, you're such a good boy. Let's see what else we got for comments. Kim, you're a religious politician. That's perfectly fine. I'm glad that you're part of our flock. But we don't debate religion or politics on stream, so that's fine. Oh, where do you want to go? You want to go here? Okay. Yeah? Okay. There you go. Good job, Max. Good job. So, I still want to scroll through these. Can you sit there again? He asked to step up, so I try to give him what he asks for. So if he asks to step up, I pick him up. If he asks for something, whenever possible, I try to say yes to it. I only held him for a minute because I still wanted to read comments. And so it was yes for a minute, and then we go back to sitting on my knee. Yeah, that's true, Raising Cane. Sometimes birds don't mix either. There have been situations. The nest in Vancouver has multiple Moluccans. They're long-term care for Moluccans for birds that cannot be rehomed. And they had a couple of Moluccans, both in their own cages for the night. One bird broke out of their own cage, broke into another bird's cage, and almost killed the other bird. And then it was 2 Moluccans that were guilty of that. So that was something we were really, really cautious about when we introduced Max and Mango. Max and Mango are, yeah, okay, that's fine. There's another bird there. And they're not too bothered by each other, and they're not too enthused about reacting and interacting with each other. Max and his friend Q, when he sees Q, he really wants to interact with Q. So there can be a lot of differences on the way that birds interact with each other, even individuals. But I let them set their own rules, their own boundaries, and I help them enforce their boundaries. You know, for example, nobody steps on anybody else's cage. You know, Tico steps on T-Cal's cage. T-Cal is very happy to enforce that boundary. It happened a few months back, and I felt really terrible. I thought Tico was busy playing on his cage, and I did not see it happen. And I didn't hear a warning. Usually I'll hear a bird warn the other one, and I can get over and help break things up before they get going. But I heard a screech, and Tico was sitting on top of T-Cal's cage. There was a little bit of blood, and I assumed that Tico was the aggressor. So I grabbed Tico and I tossed him into his cage, and I said, "You shouldn't have been there, buddy." And then I asked T-Cal if he was okay, and I started checking out T-Cal because I figured that Tico had bit through the cage and nailed T-Cal's foot. Oh, no. T-Cal was complaining because he had a horrible taste of blood in his beak. He'd bit Tico on the foot because Tico did not listen when T-Cal had warned him off. So things like that do happen. It wasn't too bad of a bite. Tico's feelings were really hurt. And, T-Cal was just defending his space, and I really cannot blame him for that. So I make sure that they know what the limits are, where they're allowed to go, where they're not allowed to go. Yeah, I know. Usually Max will tattle if the birds are getting into trouble. Isn't that right, Max? Yeah. Okay, so let's just finish scrolling through the comments here and see if I've missed out on anything else. Oh yeah, they made up. It was just a case of some birdie invaded another birdie's territory. And I mean, that even happens if you have kids, right? Usually the kids don't bite each other, but that's what happens if you don't listen to your bird's body language. Up, you can get chomped. Just want to show you something here. Do you notice that feather that's hanging weirdly here? That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that feather is a broken feather. It's not a blood feather. There's no, it's not a new feather. It's an older feather, and it got partially broken off. I think Max probably got a little bit excited during the construction. Oh, I'm going to stand up here. Oh, yeah, Max. Oh, yeah. But it's not quite ready to come out yet. When it is ready, Max can pull it. Birds naturally molt anyhow, but Max does not want me playing with it because it is a little bit sensitive, but it swings freely. So yeah, Max, look at that. It swings freely. Yeah. Mom, don't do that. I'll step on your foot and hand so you can't do that. Yeah, but I watch what Max is saying to me, and I do pay attention. So Max, before we end today's stream, can I get a buck? We got a loud vehicle, and I need to make. There we go. There he goes. I'm always worried about getting a copyright strike because of music, so I needed to do something there to block it out. Yeah, Max. What do you see? You see people? Yeah. Hello. Thank you. Do you want to say hello, Max? Hello. Oh, you're just going to watch. Okay. Yeah, you saw dogs earlier. Are you trying to convince everybody you're a dog today? Okay, Max, before we end the stream, can I get another buck? Buck. Can I get a buck? Can I get a buck? How about a buck? Can I get a buck? Buck. Well, we got some bucks earlier. Everyone would like to hear a buck. A buck. Hey, Max. Yay. No, Max has decided that he's going to bark to the end of the stream, which is okay. Well, folks, I want to wish everybody a wonderful weekend. We're going to head inside, get this one some lunch. What do you see? See someone on a bicycle? Yeah? Can I get a back? Back. No? Okay. I want to thank everybody for joining our stream today. It was great to have you hang out with us. Thank you to Raising Cane for being our moderator. Yeah, we might have an apple when we go in, huh, Max? And thank you for the super chats and the super stickers. We appreciate each and every one of you. Huge shout out to everyone who gave us a like, everyone who gave us a subscribe, and everybody who hung out and joined us. So you are all rock stars, right, Max? But thank you again. I think we're going to end the stream. And yeah, let's go get dinner, huh? You want to go get din-dins? Okay, let's see if I can end the stream today. All right, let's flip this around and then we'll figure out how to end the stream. Okay, Max. Yeah, I've got to figure this out. It's here somewhere. There we go. There.